Hello, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back, my people, to another video. My name is Omega, and today we're going to be discussing on the Ghost Boy himself, Danny Phantom, or Danny Fenton, or however you want to call him. Now, this is a how strong is Danny Phantom video. Like, how strong is he really? This is going to be a video on all of the feats and the things he has done throughout the show. Even the feats he has done like once and never done again. We're going to be going through that as well. Even items that he had for a one time only thing. This is not missing anything from Danny Phantom. But if I did, miss any feats for Danny Phantom, please let me know, because I probably ain't gonna have all of his feats, because most of them are not gonna have, like, most of things on the internet is not gonna have everything from the show, of course. But I have rewatched the show like almost like 10 times already. And yeah, I was just wanting to make a video on this because this kid is really underrated. He should be scaled like right next to Danny Phantom if you really think about it. But like not like on the same tier as Danny Phantom, but like almost like close to him at least. So without further ado, let's get into this. So for those who don't know who Danny Phantom is, well, here's a little summary. Young Danny Phantom, he was just 14 when his parents built a very strange machine designed to fuel a world unseen. He's gonna catch them all because he's Danny Phantom. When it did quite work, his folks just quit. Then Danny took a look inside of it. There was a great big flash, and everything changed. His molecules got real range. When he first woke up, he realized that he had snow white hair and glowing green eyes. He could walk through walls, disappear, and fly. He was much more unique than the other guys. And then he knew what he had to do. He had to stop all the ghosts that were coming through. He was here to fight for me and you. I'm not gonna say the rest because that's pure cringe. But you get the premise of the show, of the summary of like what he is. So, yeah, it's pretty much sums up without me have to say anything else. So yeah, he's just a teenager that went ghost from a freaky accident. So now he hunts ghosts that maintains the balance between ghost zone and the human realm. So that's pretty much the main premise of the show. So let's get into his powers. Now, he has spectral sensing. Oh, hold on, right sick. Hold on, real quick. Okay, so I would explain like all his powers abilities like in great detail. So let's start over. So his ghost powers pretty much is that he has intangibility and invisibility, because Danny can turn invisible, can be unseen except with a heat seeking a heat seeking device. Objects can turn invisible when he's on contact with them with his invisibility attack, making him invisible and intangible at the same time. He is also untouchable and can pass his invisibility on other objects. However, it can be noted that his invisibility can be negated by other intangible beings on multiple occasions. Yeah, so like he could turn intangible, but the thing is that when the ghost pirate kid tried to attack Danny, he didn't go intangible. It just went right through him. So I'm guessing like normally he is intangible to things, and when ghost attacks don't really hit him when he goes really intangible. Now like when he goes intangible into intangibility, so he pretty much has intangibility with intangibility. I guess you could say that. It's really weird because this was like only the one time that actually happened, that actually shown it. Because look, the ghost pirate kid, like whatever, um, and he is a ghost as well. So the attack should have hurt Danny, right? No, it just went right through him. So I don't know what's going on with that. He has an overshadowing ability. I need to speak today. Come on. It's just known as possession. He can possess humans, animals, inanimate objects, ghosts that can surpass Vlad's powers, and other powerful half ghost beings. So yeah, he uses this on his dad one time, and accordingly, if you have like enough willpower, you can resist the overshadowing. So yeah. Actually, no. I take that back. If you like have no, of course, Jack couldn't hold back Vlad overshadowing him for very long, which I find weird because Danny possesses that, and there was no sign of resistance at all. So what's going on with that? Inconsistency, maybe, but yeah. So he has the Ghost Ray, which is one of his main abilities. Danny can shoot blasts out of his palms made of a echo. It's made of ectoplasm energy. It can be manipulated to different limited sizes, shapes, and etc. It can be discs, spheres, squares, or even rings. At his peak, Danny can singly handed two handed charged up of his ghost rays into super ghost rays that can tear apart any weak ghost molecules by molecules and destroy a nearby area. So it's one of that one episode he did a super ghost ray and he just completely wrecks that golf park. I think that's what it was, and he just destroyed the ghost on a molecular level. On a molecular level, people. He can channel the ectoplasm into his fist to become a powerful punch. It can also know that it can blind his enemies when he combines it with his photokinetic, his ghost light powers. So he can just flash people in a blinding light. It could be used for a potion field and an energy strike to increase his physical attacks. So yes, he used it against he used it against Vlad when in their first fight, the repulsion field. He didn't even know how they worked, but yeah, he did that. So yeah, he can do that. I guess deflect anything with this shit. Ooh, I keep hitting this thing. So he has the ghost shield or the ecto shield. Make it a dome shape made out of ectoplasm. It can be used as a shield from attacks. and it also becomes a reflect shield and reflect projectiles and repellent shield that can repel enemies. So yeah, it's the same. It's pretty much the same. Yeah. Duplication. I don't know if Danny had mastered this. I think he did master this ability. During his fight with the what's it called, the weather ghost. I'm gonna call him the weather ghost. I think he mastered it there, but we don't know because Danny before had trouble mastering it. He only could create extra limbs. Um, Danny can now probably use the duplication move. Okay, so yeah, he can't use it now, like properly. He can duplicate himself into four. However, he isn't skilled as Vlad, who created four duplicates while being invisible to 100 shadow duplicates. Now, this is one of Danny's most powerful abilities, the Ghostly Whale. It is considered to be the most powerful move Danny has. Danny can screen ultra waves of ectoplasm and almost nothing human or ghost can withstand it. Around the first few times, the moves can drain Danny's complete power and revert him back to his human form. Though he can now be resisted to the attack and can be used multiple times without losing energy and reverting to his human form. So I think he completely mastered it now. No, he didn't master it. More like he know how to control it now without losing power. So yes, this powerful ability can just it at its best. If we scale Danny to Dark Danny, because he was able to damage Dark Danny with this ability, it can destroy cities pretty much with this. So that makes it like city level, or multi city level. We don't know. Or city level plus. Let's go on. Yeah, let's keep it like that. City level plus range with this. He has cryokinesis because he can manipulate ice. So yes, he can manipulate ice. It was like a hint ability during the one of the TV specials when the vine monster, the plant monster, or ghost, whatever you want to call it, attacked, and then he started to awaken his ice powers in that special. So then he can manipulate ice like freezing objects in contact, and can shoot lasers of ice from his hands or eyes, and can use shards of ice similar to the ecto energy. He can channel his ice powers into his fists and can merge his ice powers and his ghost ray powers and can create a giant green explosive snowball or make a ice shield out of it. Also, Danny can also freeze energy because he did it before. In one in the episode, he froze energy. Okay, so yeah, he can do that too. Freeze energy. That's fucking insane. He has pyrokinesis. He can generate and throw balls of ectoplasmic fire, like his dark future self, Danny. Whenever he uses ghostly well, his white hair starts to wave like fire until he stops screaming. Yeah, he can do that, I guess. But it wasn't really shown that much. But he can use fire. He has photokinesis. Yeah, he could just emit light from his hands, so he could able to see dark areas, and he able to use this ability to blind the guys in white. The Danny Phantom equivalent to the Men in Black. Wherever they wearing dark sunglasses, and they still was able to be blind. Oh, and according to Butch Hartman, that in one of his videos, that Danny was going to have another ability whenever the show was going to continue. That he was going to able to absorb light around the area, making it completely pitch black, blinding his targets. Wow. And he can actually see them, but they can't see him. So he pretty much he can absorb the light from his enemy's eyes or around this on the area and to make them completely blind so they can't see him, but he can see them. So yeah, there's a fun fact right there. Check out his video, by the way. It was cool. Getting back on topic, he has electrokinesis, or known as the ghost stinger. Though he didn't use it as much throughout the series, he can channel through his through electric wires, and somehow being shocked has fused with his game avatar, literally, by combining it with his overshadowing ability. So Danny, he can literally go into video games or any technology, since he's a ghost, and like overshadow video games or overshadow technology, like Technus, the ghost has teleportation. I cannot speak today. What's going on? I think I have like a, I don't know, but yeah, he has teleportation like Vlad. He can teleport by vanishing and instantly or reappearing into another place nearby. Though people assume it as invisibility, we tend to see him when he is visible and moving. So yes, it is teleportation, because we can see him while he is invisible. But if he just vanished, yeah, as teleportation. Also, he has telekinesis. He can lift things with his telekinetic abilities. What did you expect? Of course. Power augmentation. Whenever Danny is struck in a trap or whatever situation he is shown a green or white aura, and he gets stronger. Just like against the knight. I forgot what he was called, but it was a night ghost in the Halloween episode, and you can see it in that episode that he completely overpowered this knight, and note that this knight was physically stronger, superior than Danny, as even a kick from Danny can't even dent this guy. Can't even make this guy flinch or even move one bit. And note that Danny, in one of the early episodes, was able to punch a dragon and even throw it very far away. So that says a lot. That says a lot. He has body manipulation. Can be seen in his ghostly tail appearance. He can make holes of his body to have the attack go through him. He can stretch his body to avoid energy blasts from his enemy, and makes him very extremely flexible. He can split his body in half to avoid attacks. He also transforms into a blue mist to escape a dragon grip. So yeah, what? Like I said, these abilities never used again, but it is very cool to look at. So yes, he can just turn into like yeah, he can manipulate his body to be like intangible in different ways, or just make it able to do other things as well. He has vacuum resistant. Whenever Danny went into space, he didn't wear a astronaut or spacesuit and wasn't really affected by the vacuum, stardust, or cosmic radiation. Though he wore a helmet, he presumably wore a helmet in case he reverted back to his human form. So it's possibly that he has the ability to breathe in space. Yes, the ability to breathe in space. So yeah, he kept the helmet on, so in case that he turned back on into human. Wow. Also, he can regenerate from a small cut or major damage. So yes, Danny has high level regeneration. Of course, all ghosts do, but still, he has high level regeneration. So yeah, good luck with that, people. Good luck with that. So let's go over his feats. So y'all know what his powers is, let's go over his feats. And I know people gonna say that's not all his powers. Well, to be fair, yeah. Okay, so he has this transformation shock that he like calls for like a massive amounts of spectral my bad spectral energy, sending out a wave of white light that repels any nearby enemies, sending them fly away from him. I mean, he did this ability in My Brother's Keeper, forcing Spectra to release her grip from him. It takes the shape of his transformation rings, but it does not transform him. This may be an outward manifestation of his feelings. So yeah, he can do this. Also, as a note for his intangibility, he has a tangibility fusion. Like when his ghost half is separated from his human half, he can fuse back with his human half in order to become one again. It's also he was able to fuse with Vlad's ghost in the ultimate enemy. So Danny, yes, he can do this because this is his future self. As if you really think about it. So yeah, it's his future self. He able to do this. He has invisibility. Yes, like I said, he can do this. He can make also he can just make people invisible as well with physical contact. As yeah. Scanning devices also cannot detect them as well. So that's also something I left out. That's my bad. That's my bad. So he also like he has super strength, of course, supernatural strength. He's crazy strong. Cause he possesses this superhuman strength in his ghost form. Although it's somewhat like significantly lower compared to Vlad or his future self. His strength is such that he was able to carry both Sam and Tucker with relative ease and hurl giant large objects at enemies easily. Even something as large as a school bus or a giant dragon, he is able to toss around and even just punch this dragon far. So yeah. So his powers and abilities that Danny and his future self possesses, although the former has comparatively lower intensity or these powers due to being young. However, as the series progresses, Danny becomes more powerful and stronger. So yes. I think it's because of the human potential that he becomes stronger and more powerful, and most likely because he's still not at his prime. He's still a teen, still growing. So, yeah, there's that. Yeah, his healing factor. I already went over this. Yeah, he's able to heal faster than in his ghost form. Although when he's injured, ectoplasm oozes out instead of blood, which aches, which at eight aids in his healing. So yeah, he has a supernatural agility because Danny is like far more agile in his ghost form. Due to his young age, he's somewhat like somewhat short stature. He's able to stretch freely and dodge variable projectiles while swinging blades, bullets, or arrows. So, mm-hmm. Of course, he can fly, but there is an explanation to his flight. Gravity does not affect Danny in his ghost form, so he can fly through air and space at considerable speeds and heights, and walk on on like vertical surfaces. While flying, his legs are also like often becomes a ghostly tail. His top speed was measured to be 112 miles per hour in an early episode, and he most certainly gotten faster since then, way faster since then. He flew from Amity Park to Minnesota in one night and flew around the world in Phantom Planet. Yeah, we're gonna go over that exactly how fast that is in a second. So, with his flight, combined with his flight, he's not really affected by gravity. So, gravity manipulation does not affect him. Like any powers of gravity doesn't affect him because he's a ghost. Like laws of physics doesn't really apply to ghosts. So he could, yeah, wall walking, backsliding. Um, he could it allows him to zip along the surface in one direction without moving his legs. Yeah, I'm probably gonna put it up so y'all can see what it really looks like because he able to do this in the Lucky in Love episode. Interstellar travel because in flirting with disaster, Danny used the X-23 booster rocket to launch himself into space to stop Technus and fend to a planet while battling Vlad in space for the Infi map. It's revealed that he flies through space without even the need of the booster rocket. So yeah, ecto energy powers. How we went through. So I'm gonna go over this. Oh, but I forgot to say something about this though. Say something about this because Danny can use ecto energy constructs because he can create constructs made out of like a solid ecto energy in various forms, including concentrated ecto energy balls, waves, explosive rings, and explosive discs. When he used twice to draw a happy face on a freak show hat, and while fighting a tan-headed Hydra dragon, he seemed to have learned it after seeing Vlad performed it. So yeah, so Danny can learn abilities just by seeing it once. But of course, it's a tie to like ghost ability. So yeah, can't really use that argument in the different debates and stuff. So he has power absorption actually to counter this argument. He can has power absorption because Danny can absorb an opponent's powers in order to increase his own ghost powers. through his ghost shield, he's able to exert vortexes, the weather ghost, powers to control the weather, but it was linked to his emotions. This power was given to him briefly since then. Well, the power was given to him briefly, but since then, Danny has not been seen absorbing any other forms of power from other ghosts. It's possible that Danny may have some sort of ability that allows him to absorb ecto energy that is entirely foreign, foreign, foreign to him, and utilize it for himself, as he did with Freak Show, but the reality gauntlet. I'll get to the reality gauntlet later. Although Vlad stated it was through his ghost shield. So, yeah, Danny can use his ghost shield to absorb abilities. Like, yes, he can do this. Even though it's like a one-time thing, he can absorb the energy of that ability and then you'll utilize it for himself. So Danny has the ability to absorb abilities. Yeah, think about that. He has energy absorption. Yeah. But Danny can absorb his opponent's ghost ray and to, redirect it back at the attacker, or use it to increase his physical strength. So Danny can literally absorb energy itself and make him stronger. So what is this guy, Captain Marvel? But anyway, he used this several times in different methods, um, with different abilities, in Public Enemy episode. To redirect Bullock's electric weapon back at him with his ghost stinger, and later intentionally absorb all the ghost rays from multiple ghosts firing at him in Phantom Planet, thus restoring his ghost powers. So this was Danny when he was just a human, and he was able to absorb this. So Danny, like in his human form, just has energy absorption, I guess. Yes, he has energy absorption. Yes, Danny can absorb your energy. Think about that. Think about that. So things like Danny Fan, like not Danny Fan, Ben 10. If you use like any energy based aliens or anything like that, he can just absorb that energy into himself, because he was able to absorb lightning bolts. Yeah, and it granted him weather manipulation. So yeah, he has power augmentation, like I already explained. So I'm going to skip this because that's what the night was called, the Fright Night. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna move forward, more forward. So he has time. He can time travel with the MP map and the time medallion. So yes, we're gonna give Danny all of his objects. This is gonna be composite Danny Phantom. Like, how strong is he compositely? So yeah, I'm gonna go over how strong he is canonically and compositely. So yeah, don't worry about that. So yeah, he can time travel with this. Danny was able to move through time and space into the past or future. So any time based abilities, yeah, the time medallion can negate that. And yeah, so like characters like Dio, Zoroardo doesn't affect Danny. Yeah. So also he has voice manipulation, because wherever he's overshadowing, he can disguise his voice as well. So you can't really tell if that's him or not. He also has voice projection as well because he used his ability in the beginning of Secret Weapons episode when he was hiding from his sister. Once Sam told him the coast was clear, Danny then teleported outside the theater. So yeah. Software fusion, because with the Phantom helmet, Danny can introduce himself into computer software and overshadow his video game. So yeah, he can do this. He can just fuse inside softwares. So yeah. Exorcism, Danny can separate a possessed person from a ghost, overshadowing them by grabbing them with his hands or using a ghost ray. He separated Paulina using a ghost ray. He can do this by overshadowing the person through, although he didn't use it with Tucker due to his power. So yeah, Danny can't really exorcist powerful ghosts. Well, at the time we couldn't, but I'm pretty sure right now probably could. He has dream invasion because Danny can overshadow a sleeping subject in order to get inside and influence his or her dreams. He used this power to wake up his hypnotized friends from in the Frightmare episode. Fusion went over that. Um, yep, cryokinesis went over that. Oh yeah, the ghost sense. Oh, now the ghost sense. Yeah, I should explain because the ghost sense is like when Danny is near other ghosts or spirits. A blue mist comes out from his mouth and a chill goes down his spine. In Urban Jungle, the special Urban Jungle, it was revealed that this was a manifestation of his then untapped potential to use chorokinesis. So this ghost sense was a hint. Yeah, like I said, was a hint of his untapped potential. This ability is also Danny's first ever ghost power he received in the series. It's not clear whether Danny was able to detect half ghosts, but it worked to detect Tucker Phantom, but not for Danny, his cousin, or Vlad, neither human or ghost form. So yeah, there's that. Explosive snowball, or is it went over that? Yeah, it can do that. So all right, let's go on to a spectral body. Yeah. I mean, already said that he can manipulate his body, so it's like on a spectral level or wherever you want to call it. But yeah, he could just use his body like in elastic fashion, as he was battling Freak Show and Reality on Trip. Alter his size and yeah, flexibility, ghost tail, all of that. So he has the void, that's the ability was called the void. He could pull all light into himself while reversing his ectoplasmic energy, causing ultimate darkness to fill into the room or area. He will be the only one able to see into this darkness. So that's what it's called, void. He has X-ray vision and memory blank episode. After Danny becomes half ghost again, he was able to see his own bones after coming out of the Phantom portal. So yeah, he has ridiculous durability. He's resilient, very resilient. Because while human, Danny can withstand many hits and blows that would cause injury to any normal teenager. In his ghost form, his body is incredibly resilient. Is incredibly resilient to damage, and he has demonstrated a high threshold of pain. Yeah. With the ectoskeleton, Danny can withstand hits from Farah Dark, and even a massive pylon of ghosts. So Farah Dark is pretty much the Ghost King of the Ghost Zone, the most powerful ghost to ever exist, and he was able to withstand hits from him. How incredibly ridiculous strong that is. Like for Farah Dark, I should go over like how strong he is to compare Danny's durability to him. And like how strong is Farah Dark? Well, let me give you a taste of that. He was stated to be a ghost of such power and magnitude that he could control the power contained within the ring of rage and the crown of fire, which will make him stronger than Vortex. And Vortex was able to cover the entire Earth and like the weather. He could manipulate weather on a planetary scale. So there's that. So if he's stronger than Vortex, and Vortex was able to surround the planet on with weather on a planetary scale, this will put Thera Dark able to be like way above planet level. He's way above planet level. And not only that, the Ring of Rage and the Crown of Fire boosted him and can hold more power than anything else in the series, which includes Vortex and the Soul Shredder. And the Soul Shredder, if I should put in, is a powerful weapon that is capable of creating an ecto storm across the entire planet. Yeah, people. Yeah. That we go into some planetary range here. Some planetary range. So yes. Yeah. So if he was able to if Danny was able to withstand this strength with his power, because don't let's remember, because the ecto skeleton it was built by Jack, but it been stated that it will drain the person's energy in order to power it. So think about this. Danny put the output of his energy into the suit, and he was able to withstand the attacks, and he was able to stand his ground against the Ghost King. Of course, he couldn't defeat him because of the Ring of Fire and the crown. Oh no, the Crown of Fire and the Ring of Rage. But yes. This is insane, people. This is insane. This is insane. He's able to hold his ground against this. And not only that, the ectoskeleton increases his base power by hundredfold, which allowed him to fight Faradark in the first place. And not only that, people, let me go over the explanation of the ring and the crown, so y'all understand the power of it. So the Ring of Rage is an ancient magical emerald green skull ring that is, due to its name, said to give a wrathful, angry influence over whoever wears it, and unleash such rage and fury upon anything or anyone who stands in the way. Now, this ring is one of the many ghostly objects in the Ghost Zone, once used by the Ghost King, Dark. If used when combined with a crown of fire, it gives the user ultimate power and absolute might. And not only that, the crown of fire, it gives the user infinite power and total domination over all.
What?
Infinite power and total domination over all. Now look. In order to avoid persecution, Vlad gives Valerie Gray ring. He gives her the ring. And when when the Fright Night and the Fair Dark was in Amity Park looking for it, Valerie puts it on in a rocket, on a rocket, and then fires it, intended to buy time for to save Danny and Vlad. Farrah catches the missile and puts on the ring, getting the infinite power with his two prized treasures combined in his possession. So yes, he gains infinite power. So yes, you see it right here. You see it right here. Infinite power. But look here, people. Look here. Listen to this. Listen.
Look here! Listen!
During the final battle against Danny, who was using the exoskeleton to increase his power 100 times fold, infinite powers of the king voided losing. Danny uses evenly matched. Do y'all not know how impressive that shit is? That means Danny has the power to match infinite power. Okay, I'm getting off track here. I'm sorry. All right, I had to really give you the premise of the Fair Dark. So, going back, let's go back here. We'll move on. Now I'm gonna move on to his speed. So, according to Tucker Forley, in the Material Instinct episode, Dan could fly at 112 miles per hour. But by Phantom Planet, he was able to fly even faster, as it evidenced by the speed where he circles the world. Now, how exactly fast is that, people? How exactly fast is that? Well, before Phantom Planet, we have to go back, because we have to go back to the Ghost King, because compared to other ghosts, he kept up with the Spectre Speedster, which traveled from Saturn to Earth in a short time. Now this isn't the fight, but the Spectre Speed. This is was in Phantom Planet. This was in Phantom Planet. But before I go to that, yeah, how fast that is. But look here, look here. He was able to travel Sorry. He was able to travel to Ferris Keep and back. Yeah. Travel to Ferris Keep and back. And not only that, he was able to keep up with Fair Dark. He has the energy to keep up with Fair Dark. Of course, he had the suit to boost his energy up to 10 times fold. But you gotta remember, he kept up with Fair Dark. And how fast Fair Dark is. How fast is Fair Dark? Fair Dark was able to cross interplanetary and possibly interstellar distances in a single day without being at full power. And now I want to back this up. Now look, Amber in the Regan Storm. That's what the special call with the shit the Ghost King. Amber literally said this. He only been free for a day and he already destroyed our homes. Keep that noted. Already destroyed our homes. Now we know that he just didn't just outright blow up everyone's homes or realms, because destroyed doesn't mean total destruction. And if that was the case, the ghost wouldn't have escaped or even know was fair, because they all would have been blasted. And Pharaoh also wants to rule over everything, not destroy completely. So it's not a simple flyby, quick shoot and destroy something. It shows up and mess up. It's just like a show up and mess up some shit and then move on. So look, now that like now that the feet and time frame are established, it's time to find out the distance he traveled to be this to be this fast. So know that there are infinite realms in the Ghost Zone. There are infinite realms in the Ghost Zone, but not all of them are home to ghosts. Some of them are their own function. However, majorly we have seen are inhabited by ghosts. These range from the size of the rooms to filled with stars. If you actually count the countless ghost homes, there aren't any realms or range from the size of islands to planets. It's the range from size of islands to planets. Because in the enemy, I was about to say ultimate energy. What the fuck? Jazz throws a boomerang into the ghost zone to find Danny 10 years into the future. If you look in the background, you see some planets throughout the screen. Even after 10 years of traveling, you still see planets. And while Danny's fighting ghosts, you can look carefully. And you see more planets in the background. Now, in beauty marked in this realm, that Dorothea lives in, you can see the sun part of it in the top right corner. And King Tuck, King Duligul, the king realm is big enough to hold a moon in the top right corner. And also, the realm that Poindexter lives in contains multiple stars. So yeah. So Farah Dark, within a day, without the power of the Ring and Rage and Crown of Fire, was able to cross the Ghost Zone, passing an uncountable amounts of islands and planets, considering multiple realms that range from size of rooms and able being big enough to house moons and stars. This doesn't include the fact that Farrah can sense other ghosts, as proven in the episode, where he couldn't tell that Vlad he couldn't tell the Vlad he chased was a duplicate. He saw it didn't even have the ring, so it's not like he had pinpoint accuracy of where every ghost lived. That means he moved fast enough and crossed vast distances until he found them. New ghosts would have been appearing after his defeat, giving Scholar say he's older than most ghosts. So while he have memorized their locations back when he was free, he wouldn't know their locations of new ghosts that showed up. Now look, this will mean while the full distance he covered would be impossible to tell due to other factors and such as the size of several ghost homes that we didn't see. We know for sure that he crossed many planets and realms that contain moons and stars, stopping by and causing destruction for each home, all within a day without being at full power. This feat would surely be massively faster than light, or at least faster than light, crossing interstellar distances in a day. So, what this puts Danny? Because look, this will put Danny massively fast in light speeds, right? Right? Exactly. And he's even faster with the Ring of Fire. Oh no, the oh my god, the Crown of Fire and the Ring of Rage. There we go. And I in the final, like in the of course in the final episode, the final episode, this he crossed the entire planet, right? No, he traveled from Saturn to Earth in a short time. So yeah, Now, whew, after saying all that, that took a lot out of me. I still ain't finished with Danny's abilities. So look, he has supernatural reflexes in his ghost form because Danny has dramatically enchanted reflexes, being able to dodge attacks with ease, even to dodge laser beams from other ghosts. And yes, these laser beams was able to deflect off mirror surfaces. So this is light. So he is able to dodge relevizit. He able to dodge light speed attacks. Okay, man. And this was like an early age. So yes, he has the reflexes to dodge light attacks, and he even got faster than that. So imagine how fast he is now. So he has like supernatural stamina because while human, he has the same level of stamina as a normal teenager. But in ghost form, he can exert himself to peak capacity for hours without fatigue. Begins to impair him. So he can't get tired for for hours. In Reality Trip, he was able to keep up with the Phantom Jet, um, invisible for an entire night. So yeah, he's able to do this. He also has endurance, because like other ghosts or have ghosts, Danny can endure attacks and pain far beyond what humans can handle. In flirting with disaster, Danny was shown to endure being shot by Valerie in her new suit. So yeah, Danny's really fucking adorable, and it takes a lot to get him out of his own ghost form. He also has equilibrium, or balance, if you per se, because due to his, probably due to his flight and agility, he has the ability to achieve a state of perfect equilibrium in any position imaginable. He seemed to be able to adjust his position almost by instinct, which enables him to balance himself on a scythe, balance himself on a rope at great height, and perfectly walk on a wall like it's the floor. But this was like pretty much like gravity notification right here. Now, of course, his healing factor in his ghost form is capable of healing at much greater speeds than ordinary humans. Of course, I already went through this, but likely due to his body biology structure, he is proven capable to be healing from slashes and punctures within a short amount of time, and even his suit appears to regenerate sometimes. Although he gets injured, ectoplasm oozes out instead of blood, which aids him of his healing. So it helps him heal. In his human form, his healing rate is also enchanted, even though it's weaker than his ghost form. The limits of this his regeneration is unknown. So it's unknown if he can regrow missing limbs. Well, I'm gonna like go on the limb and say maybe he did get cut by the ghost pirate kid, but even if he did get cut, this will make his this right here countered. This will make this argument countered because if he is healing, then bam, he can regenerate his limbs. He also has reconstruction, because at one point he completely reconstructed his body after Freak Show reduced him to a puddle of goo. Danny uses this power after Freak Show turned into jelly, and he was smashed apart by a roller coaster, possibly an aspect of his spectral body manipulation ability. He's able to reform if similar damaged in ghost form, or even having even or could have also been a cause of Freak Show. So this could be tortured Danny Moore. So look, uh, this is reality warping resistance, because what Freak Show did is he had the reality gauntlet, and with the reality gauntlet, it's a glove that uses the power of 4 reality gems given by the bearer visually. It makes them virtually omnipotent and alter the very fabric of reality itself. This was Freak Show was using. This was Freak Show was using. If he was able to control reality, becoming omnipotent, and Danny was able to resist this and resist the reality warping, because he reforms himself, because he has been turned into jelly, and he reformed himself, turning back into his original state. So this is like reality resistance. It's reality warping resistance right here, making them omnipotent. Are you serious? All right, people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize here. I apologize here. Now look. If it was like, look, the gauntlet has 4 gems, like I said, and it's placing the gauntlet and activate the correct sequence, form fantasy, um, power source, life. This is basically like the infinite what's it called? Infinity Gauntlet. I think that's what it's called. Oh man, it's been a while since I watched it. The Infinity Gauntlet. It's basically like the Infinity Gauntlet. In fact, didn't I think Butch Hartman even said that it's based off the Infinity Gauntlet? So look, it says like right here that with the combined power giving to the wearer total control of all reality, whoever holds the gauntlet has the same power as the wearing has. The gauntlet has a self-defense mechanism, like where you touch one of the gems, while the gauntlet can teleport the gem out of the gauntlet by simply wishing it away. With the gauntlet out of with the gem out of the gauntlet loses the power that the gem is applied. But still, though, the gem power can be activated by mere touch outside the gem. But it's only when they are in the gauntlet that they are properly controlled and rewrite reality. So yes, people, yes, you hear it right here from me that the reality gauntlet gives you control of all reality, making you omnipotent. And Danny was able to resist this and go back to his own original form. Think about that. Anyway, he has paranormal immunity because as of has ghosts, Danny's resistant to total immunity of several attacks or effects from ghost powers. Examples of this is when Amber's music did not affect him at all until she got more powerful. And not only that, yeah, Danny's even more powerful than her. And how powerful is Amber? Amber is potentially planet level, because she even states that once the whole world calls her name, she becomes. And not only that, people, I'm just gonna like stop interrupting his powers because like literally I can name some ghosts that are considered like infinite, omnipotent, or straight up unstoppable. But I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Going to get to that in a minute. But yes, he can resist Amber's music until she got more powerful. And he was also immune to Spectra's ghost illness as well. He may be immune to other earth diseases except with the common cold as well. So there. Yes, he's in because he's a ghost, he's not really getting infected by this. Woo! Man, y'all don't know. Danny can breathe underwater, of course, in his ghost form. Because twice Danny has been shown breathing underwater and talking underwater. It's possible he does not even need to breathe at all while in his ghost form. Because look, if he could breathe on the water, he could breathe in space. And that's so that really even further explains like why he has a helmet in space. Because like when he goes back human, yeah, when he goes back human, he's screwed in space. He's screwed. So yeah, there you go. Now we're gonna give Danny his weather control. So what? After his first fight with Vortex in Tornado of Terror, he gained some of Vortex's power, allowing him to control the weather. This power was linked to Danny's emotional state, with him creating calm weather when he was calm, or stormy weather when he was angry, with the effects like a strong air wind or rain, snow, hail, lightning, fog, or temperature changes such as ice and heat. Although his powers were similar range and seemed to end outside of Enemy Park, he caused great problems. As described by Vlad, your anger could cause cyclones. Your sadness can cause um moon monsoons. When he had them, he caused a spike in the heat so strong that it set off the sprinklers in the school he was in, making tornadoes, electric storms, and massive hurricanes winds while angry, tropical rain while sad, and make it sunny while happy. Danny lost his power during his second fight with the vortex. It assumed that his element related ghost powers, cryokinesis, and ghost singer would boost on a greater level than before, but reverted back to normal when he lost his power. So, yeah, we're gonna give Danny the benefit of the doubt of this ability, even though it was briefly. But yeah, he did this for a while. Now, I will go over his feats, but let me know. I'm gonna like let y'all know. Like Danny's like really fucking strong, way stronger than you on the anyone can realize. Than anyone can realize. So like excuse me. Like Danny's like really crazy strong, and like of course I'm gonna be pulling these stuff up uh to show. If I find all of them, of course. But yeah, I'm gonna explain like how strong he really is, and like this is like with equipment and without equipment. So Danny was like, he was like able to fight this, oh, what's her name? What's her name? It was a genie ghost. He was able to fight this genie ghost that has the power to grant wishes. Of course, he didn't really fight her. But you gotta but I gotta explain like how strong he really is. Now this ghost is called Desiree. And she's a genie like ghost that wanders the world, granting anyone their deepest desires, but manifests them in the worst possible way. The more wish she grants, the more powerful she becomes. Let me repeat that, people. The more wish she grants, the more powerful she becomes. Now, look. As a genie, she has the ability to grant wishes, like, right? As soon as they voice it. Most of the wishes she grants have dire consequences on people who wish them. This is probably due to the wish not being specific, and therefore she can grant it any way she chooses. For example, if one to wish for a monster truck, she can literally make a monstrous truck. However, she is limited to however she interprets the wish, as she cannot grant it in a way completely unrelated to the wish. Her ability is not under her control, and she is forced to grant every wish she hears. These include wishes that would lead to her defeat. So the more wishes she grants, the more power she becomes. The most most of the wishes she grants have dire consequences when people made them. Yeah. So look. She can grant people powers. She can alter her size, becoming bigger and stronger. She telekinesis, of course, restoration. She can restore things. And not only that, people, look. The stronger she becomes is when she grants wishes, right? Do y'all know what that means? Do y'all really don't know what that means? Like, look, people. This will mean that any wish she grants, she gets more powerful. And the more powerful she gets, yeah, her power also grows as well. So you're just gonna make her more powerful, and of course, Danny had like problem with this because everybody was just granting her. She was just granting everyone's wishes. And she got even stronger. And then if Farrah Dark made her terrified of him, that explains a lot of how powerful these own characters can be. Planet level to maybe universal. Yes, I'm gonna say it, to maybe even universal. And I'm gonna go on a limb to maybe saying multi-universal, because look, with the spatial manipulation of Fair Dark, he was able to bring Amity Park into another dimension. Now I'm gonna go on a limb here, and discuss Dan Phantom before. I think it was before or after he fight Fair Dark in the special. So I think it was before. I don't know, but look, he was fighting his future self, right? His future self. And his future self was described as this person who has grown significantly over the course of 10 years, and the degree where he was virtually unstoppable within the ghost zone, even causing massive destruction across the realm, which houses ghosts who are powerful enough to create planets themselves, which resembles gas giants. And Clockwork stated that the only way to defeat Dan at this point was to go back in time and prevent him to even becoming Dan Phantom in the first place, implying that no current ghost is able to stop him. And this even means Fair Dark. Now, of course, Fair Dark didn't have the Ring of Fire, or the Ring of Rage, and the Crown of Fire. But yes, it stays right here, right here, by Clockwork himself, that no ghost can stop him. And we have planet level characters. Planet level characters. We have Ember, who gets stronger the more people who cheers her name, and was going to broadcast the entire world to become one of the strongest characters that we ever seen. Desiree, who could grant wishes and get more powerful, stronger and bigger, and her power even gets stronger the more wishes she grants. And she was literally about to become one powerful being by granting everyone's wishes in Amity Park. Now, Danny Phantom was able to defeat Dan Phantom with the ghostly rail, and was able to damage him because no ghost was able to defeat him. Of course, they had to go back in time to stop him. They had to go back in time, people, back in time. And people, this will make him like, wow, this will make him ridiculously OP. Because look, Danny Phantom was able to use the reality gauntlet, of course. But of course to put things back together to the way it was. But we want to give the benefit of the doubt for Danny to able to use these equipments and shit. To able to be using these equipments. So Danny, like, canically is planetary. Planetary. No, large planetary. He's large planetary level. This is canonically. He's large planetary level and has massively faster light speeds. Now, people, before we're gonna go on to his final verdict here. For people to think, oh, you can just kill Danny before, or you just fucking, yeah, kill Danny before he turns goes ghost. Well, here's another good feat for Danny is when he was taking hits from a giant phoenix, which is the size of a pyramid that was created and brought to life through Egyptian magic, and his human form. So let's say like Danny has a degree of durability, and he wasn't even really that harmed. It didn't even seem like he was that harmed. And he took multiple hits in his ghost form as well. So if you was wondering, So his phoenix was smashing through several rocks of houses and small multi-story complexes, rather casually too. So yeah, Danny is really fucking strong. And before y'all go say more about this shit, don't forget that the same Phoenix was created by the Scabbard Spectre, and this Scabbard Spectre has the power to warp reality to the user's will. When Tucker used it to create and turn a world and teleport students of staff of Castle High to his world. Now he can create storm clouds, manipulate minds of others, erase their memories, bring inanimate objects to life, and teleport others to other different dimensions. So don't say, "Oh, there's not really that powerful." They're not really that powerful in the Danny Phantom universe. Danny Phantom is literally facing characters that can warp reality and send people through dimensions. And then if only that, and not only that, Danny Phantom with the reality gauntlet is virtually omnipotent. So what this comes down to, canonically, canon Danny Phantom, like canonically, with keeping on his powers and stuff, all the powers he gained, is planetary. Planetary with faster than light speeds. And composite Danny Phantom, universal, multi-universal. If you think about it, multi-universal. With massively faster than light tearing. So, thank you. Thank you so much. If you took the time out of your time to watch this video to the end, please like and subscribe. And hit that notification so you don't miss out on anything else. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
First off is Pariah's Keep. This is the castle of the mighty Ghost King, where his body lies in his tomb for all eternity. It's guarded by his ghostly servant, the Fright Knight. In this place is the Ring of Rage and the Crown of Fire. If both of these objects are worn at the same time, it gives the user omnipotence.
Yeah, that's that dirty.